Welcome everybody to Treats and Eats with Jodi and
Krista?
yay! This is our May episode, and we are still featuring the new starter packs from Thrive, which are okay, Krista's holding it up in her hand. We did Southwest pack, we did the breakfast pack, and today we're doing a one pot pack. Spring May is super busy for me, so like less dishes, less complicated cooking is great. So all these recipes today are super easy. You can buy the kit and it gives you like a discount, but it's basically just ingredients. And Krista's going to go over the details of the kit. But we do also feature in our cooking demos what is on sale. So if you don't want to buy the whole kit, you can also get ingredients that are on sale this month. So if you order in the delivery service, the sale prices are anywhere from 20 to 30% off. And then it's more if you buy in bulk, like if you get six pantry cans or six family cans, then you get an extra 5% off. So you can get pretty good discounts and free shipping if it's through the delivery service. So when there's something that's on sale this month, we'll kind of highlight that. And if it's an item that's in the pack, we'll highlight that. So the specials this month, peas are the biggest discount, chicken dices, peach slices, potato dices, cheddar cheese, ground beef, instant black beans, and instant milk. I think they overbought a lot of milk when there was a milk shortage. So it's been on sale for a while, but I keep buying it because it's so cheap. So buy milk, but I don't think we're cooking with milk much today. And then we do have some special offers. So one of the recipes I'm going to make as a meal in a jar, and I'll kind of talk about that. We have a fun promo going for May, so don't tune off before you hear about that. And don't worry about writing down all the recipes because we will send it out to everybody that registered for the call. We'll send out the video replay and the recipes with him. So that being said, Krista is going to start cooking first tonight. I'm going to make her big, make me small, and mute. And I got to go get my measuring cups that I forgot to get out.
No worries. No worries. Hi, everyone. Awesome. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to just do an unveiling of the chef's pack. Okay, and this one's called the one pot starter. So it's got everything in there that you basically need to do some one pot meals, and that's what we're going to concentrate on tonight. So what's in this pack, right? So let's just go ahead and open it. I got tip on here because there we go. All right. So unveiling. All right. Should I start? I'm gonna start with the grilled diced chickens. We got chicken, grilled diced chicken. We're gonna show you some of this stuff closer in a minute here. But we have that. We have the beef dices. We have green peas. They're also on sale on the monthly specials, but they're in this pack. Chopped onions, one of my favorites. In fact, I use this like almost on a daily basis. It's ridiculous how much I love the onions. Carrots, I do carrots no other way. Who wants to chop carrots all day, every day? Not me. Potato dices. And we've got corn, one of my favorite, another one of my favorites. So that's what comes in the one pot starter pack. And so any questions on that? Because it's really cool. They actually give you access to the recipes that we can use. In fact, the two recipes that I'm doing tonight are on the website for that pack. So when you look at the pack, you can actually go to the recipes right there and then and see what recipes you've got for that pack. And it at least gives you some starter recipes. But these are all going to be general items that you should have in your pantry anyway, like the chopped onions. Who wants to like slice onions all day long and cry at their island and, all the things, right? And have your house smell like onions. All the things, right? I love onions, but I love these because I can just pour them out. They're already chopped and ready to go for me at any time. So I throw them on tacos. I throw them everywhere. In my French onion dip, I throw them everywhere. So let's get started cooking because I want to get you guys out of here as soon as possible. So I'm going to do two different recipes tonight. I'm going to do the chicken pot pie soup and I'm going to do a ginger beef. Okay, so we're going to start with the chicken pot pie soup. And I just boiled some water. And so we are going to, this is so easy. This is like one of the easiest recipes on the planet. Okay. So I'm going to put my water, hot water right here. And I'm going to bend this down so you can see what I'm doing right here. You can see it steaming, right? And we are going to throw some stuff in here and we're just going to let it refresh for a little while. So I got hot water and we're going to just go from there. So we are, check out these dices. These are the chicken dices out of the can, right? And I show this every time when, if you guys have seen me before, look at the grill marks on the chicken. There are grill marks on the chicken. Here's another piece that has grill marks, right? Right there. Yeah. See, those are grill marks because it's real chicken and it was grilled at one point. So we're going to throw in our chicken. We are going to throw in our corn. We're going to throw in our carrots. We're going to throw in peas. We'll throw in our onions. And I'm going to throw a little pepper in there. Notice I'm not doing salt yet, but I want some flavor in there. And I'm going to get a spoon to stir because I forgot my utensils. This is live TV, right? And we're going to stir this. Can you see how the green peas just went bright green as soon as I stuck them in here? Okay, so the one thing I did not include is the diced potatoes, okay? Because they actually, I'm going to throw them in. We're going to throw them in. So, oops, I knocked my computer, sorry. We're going to throw those in. And you can actually hear it. The Rice Krispies, when you throw Rice Krispies in a bowl and what's the word I'm looking for? Crackle, snap, crackle, and pop. You can actually hear this kind of sizzling. I want to call it sizzling, but it's kind of crackling like Rice Krispies because it's reintroducing that water into all of my vegetables, right? So I'm going to put this back on my stove to just sit there and let it rehydrate. We want to get it all nice and hydrated. So that one is started already. We are going to start my second recipe, which is basically the same thing. I've got some more hot water here, but we're doing a saute pan, so I'm trying to be careful. I'm going to move this a little bit higher so you guys can see that. Okay, so in this recipe, when I start this recipe, we're going to let this cool for just a second, actually. And over here, I'm going to make a sauce. I've got a sauce here. Can you guys see that bowl? I'm going to move this a little bit over there. All right, so we're going to make a sauce really quick. It calls for a little bit of water. Just get my list so I don't forget anything because, that's what we do here. A little bit of water. We're going to pour in some soy sauce, low sodium soy sauce, because we're all trying to be a little healthier, right? We've got Thrive honey crystals. Have you guys ever cooked with these? These are amazing. This is, if you've seen those, they are fabulous. They are great just to throw on top of ice cream as a topping, or you can use it in breads and muffins. You can use it just like regular honey. You can actually turn it into regular honey, all of those things. In this
Krista
little,
made honey butter once that was delicious on one of our demos.
yes, we did. It was amazing. I use the honey all the time. What we've got in here is a little bit of ginger, garlic, and beef bouillon. I'm like, what else is in there? I know there's something else in there. And then I'm actually going to mix this first. Got my little whisk here. Mix this a little bit. And I'm going to throw in some cornstarch. That always goes in Asian food, right? I'm picking up the sauce a little bit. All right, and we're going to set our sauce aside. And now we're going to refresh our veggies. So we've got a couple cups of water in here, and we are going to add the diced beef. And again, this is hot water, so it's going to just sit and refresh for a little while. I'm going to do some carrots. I'm going to throw in a little bit of beef bouillon to kind of help season and layer some seasoning on here. I'm gonna do onions, and I did the chopped onions, but I also threw in sliced onions. Now we've talked about that before. So I like to mix them because I like chunks of onions. I do. I like chunks of onions, so that's what I do. Here's some bell pepper, and I actually chopped it up a little bit finer than it comes out of the can. You can leave it the way you want, and then some peas.
That's funny that some things you want bigger than they come and some things you want smaller than they come.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's but
You have picky eaters, you can hide the smaller pieces or powder them even, the veggies.
right. But
Mhm.
this is the way it happens. I mean, this is how you cook. It's all about how you want it, right? Okay. And
That's
actually,
Mhm.
I might not have gotten enough water. If you can see, no, there's not a whole lot of water in my pan. And I did that on purpose because I like to, and this is a tip for you guys. You can always add more, you can't subtract water, right? And so I really like to do a little less to see if it's going to be soupier. And I don't want it very soupy because I know this is going to be like an Asian dish, right? So it's not, I don't need it. I don't want it soupy, but I am going to add a little bit more water here.
And if you have to drain off the excess, you lose some of the flavor too, because it's
Yes,
so.
you can do that totally.
So yeah, you could say, well, if you do too much, just drain it, but it's not as good and it gets soggy.
Yeah. And I don't want that flavor to be drained out with it. So I kind of add as I need and as I want, but it's going to have a sauce on it, right? So I don't want it real soupy. So that's just me, but I do want it to hydrate and get good. Okay. So let's bend this back down so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All right. I just want everything to be touching water to get hydrated so it can sit and get hydrated for a minute. All right. There's that. I'm going to throw this back on the stove and put a lid on it and let those hydrate. So we're going to let those sit for like 10 minutes and to refresh and get all nice and started cooking. And just so you know, broccoli is in this recipe and I did not include the broccoli because I don't want it to turn mushy. So this is going in probably a minute, like at minute 9, right? So it's going to go in there, but it's going to go in there a little bit late just because I know that it kind of, I don't want it to get too mushy. Does that make sense?
You done yours?
So my first step is done. We're
Yep.
back to Jodi.
Swap. Sloppy. Let me make sure you can see. Okay. Don't look on, this is the first recipe on this side. Don't look here yet. Okay. Okay. We got this. Okay. So this is one of the recipes from the kit. Krista, I can't see the chat from here because I have old eyes now. So if you manage the chat while I'm doing this, that would be fantastic.
I will.
A curry, a chicken curry recipe. I don't typically cook a lot of curry, so this is fun to try something new. And my husband specifically waited to eat dinner, even though it's 8:30 here, because he wanted to try these recipes, so he's cute. So it asks for a tablespoon of coconut oil. So it's chunky till it melts, and then it becomes oil. The beauty of coconut oil. And it gives, you could use any oil, I guess, but it gives the flavor of coconut, which you're also adding coconut milk. And so it just makes it yummy. And then we put in garlic and spices. So I use Thrive garlic. It says in the recipe 2 cloves, which I usually do 1 teaspoon per clove. And this is Thrive's freeze-dried garlic. It's awesome. Sometimes it's limited time only. So if you ever see it, then snatch it up because it's so good and easy. I love it. So it's gonna start cooking in there. Then we're gonna add the spices. So it also, you can use fresh ginger, but I don't keep ginger on hand. So I'm using an equivalent. So 1 tablespoon fresh grated ginger is about the same as a 1/4 teaspoon. Powdered ginger goes a long way, so don't do too much. And then I'm also going to do the curry. Make sure I don't put too much. 1 tablespoon. Okay. I just scooped up my tablespoon, so I'm gonna do 3 teaspoons. which is a tablespoon. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this time I have a recipe that smells good. It already smells good. So my garlic's already browned. You can't really see, but this is my spices. So now I'm going to throw in, I'm going to turn it down a little because I don't want it to overcook. So now I want to refresh the vegetables and chicken in that yummy, spicy water. So it's half a cup of onions. That's a lot. I might not do a whole half a cup. If it's like the slices, then I feel like you could do half a cup, but this called for the chopped. I'm gonna do about almost like half that much. Just because a little goes a long way with those. And then this is how we cook. We do things as we go. Has a half cup of tomato dices for here. I don't use these a lot because it's easier and cheaper. I mean, it's not too bad to use fresh tomatoes, but these are awesome for an emergency. So I love having them on hand and for meal in a jar and stuff. But day to day, it's not the most cost effective way to eat tomatoes, especially if you grow them in your garden. And then chicken. I lost my chicken, guys. Oh, there it is. It's on the wrong side. This is burning. Okay, so 1 cup of chicken, grilled chicken dices is what we're using. So there's a couple different chickens that Thrive has and has made over the years. And this is probably one of my favorites. You can see the grill marks on the chicken when you're cooking with it. It's awesome. It has like really good flavors. So I'm stirring this all in, so it's sort of getting the flavor of the oil and herbs in there, or not herbs, spices. And then I'm going to add a half cup of water to let this refresh. Can you hear the sizzle? Sizzle. That's a good sizzle.
Right?
I would be so proud. So with this, most of the liquid's gonna come from coconut milk. So I don't want too much water. I think I need a teeny bit more. More sizzle. Little Barksy. My dog's barking at me. So you can't really see inside, but it's all of this vegetables and chicken is totally coated with this yummy curry, coconut oily flavor. And the tomatoes just add a nice touch. So now I'm gonna just throw in coconut milk. This is like the fatty coconut milk, so it's yummy and creamy. Gets you that creamy curry mixture. And then it also calls for half a cup of yogurt or sour cream. So I got yummy Greek yogurt. This is non-fat. The coconut milk was full fat, so they kind of balance each other. It's like if you eat French fries but have Diet Coke, then it balances it out. Okay, so half a cup of this. So the items in here that are on sale this month is the chicken dices. The tomatoes are not. I don't think onions are either. Onions are in the kit and the chicken's in the kit. So this one isn't a ton of the recipes from the pack, but that's like the beautiful idea with this pack is it's like whatever you would use in normal recipes, like just replace your Thrive ingredients with it. You don't have to make a whole recipe of all Thrive, although you can. So the next one I'm going to show you will pretty much be all Thrive, but it's also like, oh, I normally make a chicken curry. Well, I'm going to throw in some of the ingredients from my kit or my pack to make it easier and faster. I mean, if I had to chop tomatoes and chop chicken and chop onions and cry, this would not have been a 5-minute recipe. So this one just has to simmer for 10 to 15 minutes. And then you can pour it over rice or potatoes. So I'm going to show you pouring it over potatoes because the potatoes are on sale. So I'm going to let this simmer while Krista's ready for her next section. Are you ready for your next section, Krista?
Yep, sure am. This one's
So,
gonna be really quick too, by the way.
yeah, this one's really fast, but I got to move my stuff out of the way for the next one. So, okay, let me make you big.
Okay. I don't need to be any bigger, Jodi. Come
Well,
on.
look, my face is huge right now. Okay, place. There you go.
Okay, cool. All right. So I am going to take you over to the stove. And I didn't set up my ladder in here, so we're just gonna like wing it. See, and look at how big I am. Oh, yuck, yikes. Okay, so here's my stove. We're gonna do this one first. So this is the Asian one, right? Ginger beef is what we're doing. And oh yeah, will you come hold this for me? I've got my Vanna. Nope, 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 nope. There. Hold it right there. Not where you say. There we go. Okay. All right. So we've got this going on. We're going to turn the heat on to medium. And we're going to take our sauce, which we made. It's got the cornstarch and honey and soy and all that good stuff. And we are going to pour this over it. All the garlic, that smells amazing. And then we're going to give this a quick stir while this comes to a boil, and we're going to let it simmer for like 4 to 5 minutes. And I got the broccoli in there, so the broccoli's in there too. Give that a good stir. And then we're going to put the lid on. So we'll have that simmer for 4 to 5 minutes. Turn on my other one. Woo, that's hot. Sorry. That's hot. Okay. All right. You can see that. That is my soup. And we are going to get this started too. And we are going to simmer this for 4 to 5 minutes as well. So it's been kind of getting all nice and happy, and you can see all the carrots in there, the nice green peas, all of that good stuff. And so now we're going to put this on to simmer 4 to 5 minutes as well, and then we will come back and finish it. So just so you're aware, this is soup, right? So we are going to add some velouté when it's done boiling for 4 to 5 minutes. And then if you need to thicken it, I've got a little bit of flour and water to make a roux, and then you pour that in and it'll thicken up your soup a little bit. I have it here just in case, but I just wanted to kind of explain that to you before we go any further. And then I will be back when Jodi's done to finish up. Okay.
That was fast.
I told you it would be fast.
I'm ready. I'm totally ready. Okay. My curry smells so good, I can't smell anything else because that's all I smell right now. But it is still going to be simmering and thickening up for a little bit. Okay, so the next one I'm gonna make, so this is it's one of the ones on the recipes that they include. And it is a taco or fajita soup. So this is something we've made. Sure, we've made something similar, but I wanted to show it today because this actually seemed like a really yummy, good recipe. It has like a lot more stuff in it. So we're gonna make it, but the cool thing about this one is it's easy to convert into a meal in a jar. And if you know me, you know I love meal in a jars. Probably a lot of you are invited here because you get my meal in a jars every month. So the special offer that we wanted to share this month is I am giving away to any of Krista's or my customers that sign up as a consultant. This is my Meals in a Jar cookbook. So it has tons of recipes that I made over the years, all compiled into the book. It has freebies that come with it and stuff, like labels that you can download. And so we're offering it if you join as a consultant in May. Joining as a consultant doesn't mean you have to be a salesperson or do cooking demos. You can just be your own best customer. And so you can shop for yourself and get 10% off. You get 10% back in free food on all of your orders, 20% for the first 3 months. So it really is the best way to shop. And if you ever want to share, then you can. But so that's a little promo we're doing. So actually it's the book and also my course. So I have a course that I made on how to do meals in a jar. I have tons of videos in there that walks you step by step through how to create your own, how to find recipes. And that's like 27 bucks. This is 25 bucks. So it's $52 value, and it only costs $40 to be a consultant. So basically we're paying you to become a consultant, right? So we'll put some links in the email when we send it out, or if you have questions about how that works, let us know. But it's awesome. We make so many friends that thrive. We love cooking and we love buying our stuff and getting prepared. If you already have this book, you can exchange it for my other book. Just let us know. We just want to give you guys fun stuff. So it's a little perk. So now I'm gonna put together the taco soup in a jar. And so the tricks when I'm doing meals in a jar, I like to make my jars look pretty because you never know when you're going to want to give it as a gift, or you don't want it to be all mixed up because then you might forget what it is if you didn't happen to put a label on it. So I always start with the spices and little things first. So in the bottom is going to go your seasonings. So I got taco seasoning. Oh my gosh. My tablespoon is, let me put my funnel so I don't make a huge mess. When I do meals in a jar, I've really started liking doing the wide mouth jars lately because you can fit more at the top and they just seem to hold more. I don't really know if that's true, but it feels like it, at least at the top. So you got taco seasoning, chili powder, like all the kind of the basics of a good taco soup or fajita soup. I don't know what the difference between tacos and fajitas is. I guess just yummy Mexican-y flavors. They're supposed to be cumin, but apparently I didn't bring my cumin out. And then you can do salt and pepper to taste, but I won't show you how to put that in. Then this recipe is got a lot of water in it. So it's like 5 cups of water. So we're putting a half a cup of the tomato sauce powder, and this is going to give it that thick, not really as much like a chili, but it's like a thick soup. So it's going to thicken it up and give all that yummy tomatoey flavor. So that's our tomato sauce. It's super good. It does have like additives. It's not just like pure tomato powder. It has the herbs and I think a little bit of dairy in it to make it really creamy. So it's a really good tomato sauce. So then once I have all my powders in, oh, beef bouillon. So our beef bouillon's awesome because it is vegetarian. So if you have somebody that's vegan or vegetarian, they can go ahead and use that with no problems. Has less preservatives than regular bouillon. It's supposed to be a couple tablespoons. My tablespoon has coconut oil on it still. So there's that. So here's all my powders. Then you start with the small veggies. So usually like your onions are gonna be the smallest. I moved my onions. The chopped onions, half cup. Again, I feel like that's too much. So I do about a 1/4 cup. Most recipes, I always do a 1/4 cup of onions. That feels like about like half a regular onion. And if you're doing dehydrated onions, you want to do even less because they are really potent. So, so I got my chopped onions. Then I usually have like chili peppers. They're kind of small, although the new ones are big. They're pretty big chili peppers. It's supposed to be 1 tablespoon. Yeah, I can't. That's really simple.
There's more.
Recycle. Oh, and let's see. What of these things are on the specials? The green chili peppers aren't, but they're in the pack, right? Are they in the pack?
No, they're not in this pack. No.
But we use them all the time. So you should
Yeah.
have them. And they're pretty cute.
Yes.
This recipe also calls for carrots. Now, if you're worried about it cooking fast, then you could leave out the carrots or you could powder them. But I'm just gonna stick them in because I don't mind. I can throw that in the crock pot or just let it cook for a while. And it just adds some bulk to the soup, some crunch. And then I'm gonna do my beans. Oh, what's bigger, beans or corn? I'll do beans. We'll make some black next. So our instant black beans, another favorite around my house because they cook way faster than regular beans and they're super good. And I always am just adding them to all kinds of stuff for a little side dish or soup or whatever, like burritos. So half a cup of the beans. Then we're gonna do a third cup of corn. I love our corn. I can eat this just out of the can. It's so good. Oh, so what I was saying, so as you do the layers, see how it keeps the layers so it looks pretty? So if you started with the big at the bottom and then put smaller on top, you can shuffle it around and all the small stuff fills in the cracks. But that makes it so you can fit more per jar, but it makes it less pretty. Sorry. I like it to be pretty. Sorry. Next we'll do red peppers. You ever do this? I guess now I know where that measuring cup's been. I'll just blame the kids. It was probably the kids, not me. Although I don't think the kids would use red chili peppers. Red bell peppers. One thing. So Krista likes her red peppers to be smaller. I actually like big chunks. So I just usually leave them big unless they're like really big. Then sometimes I'll just break them in half. So that's about a third cup of that. I'll do a couple more. Yum, yum, yum. And then the beef. So the beef that's on sale. So the carrots were in the pack and then beef is in the pack. So in the pack is diced beef. Is that right, Krista?
Yes, diced beef.
But our monthly specials is ground beef.
Yes.
The match with most beef recipes. So try the diced beef. It's super good. But if you have ground beef open, like I do, you can use ground beef. Totally fine. And ground beef's on sale, so it's wonderful. So this is a cup and a half of ground beef. Oh, the peppers are bigger than the beef. I should have done the peppers last. I forgot our beef is little and it's but it's fine. It'll just mix down into the. It's okay. You just can't see the peppers, but see what I mean? You want to go smallest to biggest. It's a lot prettier. So this asked for 1.5 cups and see how I'm getting to the top and I only did 1 cup. So if I do a half a cup more, I kind of just gotta like, as much as I can, I'm gonna fill it all the way. If you were gonna do an oxygen absorber, you would want to leave a little more space, but I'm not gonna worry about that because we eat our meals so fast. So there you go. So there is my taco soup meal in a jar. I'm gonna show you up close. So all you have to do when you're ready to eat this is add it to 5 cups water and you simmer it basically until the beans are done. They're gonna be, oh, maybe the carrots. Carrots and beans will be the last thing to get soft in your soup. And so it's super good, super easy. This is the kind of thing I love. Like, so if I have to run kids around to soccer, I'll just throw this in a pot and leave it on on low, run a kid somewhere, run back, and then dinner's ready for everybody else. So, like I said, no less dishes. It's pretty awesome. So if you are interested in meals in a jar, the easiest way to get started is with a book or a course. And the easiest way to get that for free is to join as a consultant. So that's my sales pitch for the night, you guys. So my curry is actually done. I know Krista's gonna finish hers. I'm just gonna show you this. It looks and smells so good. I'm just gonna hydrate some potatoes to pour over it, but it is a yummy, kind of like a soupy curry. So you would put it over. I feel like at restaurants it's usually potatoes, but you could do rice, whatever you want. I like it because it's gluten free, and I like to be gluten free. So that's my 2 yummy things. And I'm gonna let Krista finish off. Are you ready?
I am. I am ready.
I'm gonna switch you. I'm gonna make you big.
Okay.
Oh, the primary difference between tacos and fajitas is bell peppers. So if I would have left the peppers out, it could have been taco soup. There you go. I learned something new today. Thanks, Deborah.
Awesome. All right, cool. All right, so I just dished up some rice because I made rice, and we are going to dish this up because it has been simmering and now it looks absolutely fabulous. Give it one last stir. There we go. There is our ginger beef. We want to show some soup as well. Woo, that's hot. Forgot it was hot. Ladle go in here. This is our soup. You can still see the grill marks on the chicken, which is amazing. Put a spoon in that. I'm going to top it off with a little bit of chives because we need more onions. So we've got soup ready to go. Crock pot, chicken pot pie soup and ginger beef. Oh, they smell amazing. Absolute. Can we dig in now?
Look professional. I forgot on mine, in the recipe on their site, they have cheese. It
Uh,
kind of said you could put it in with it, but I like to do it at the end. Otherwise, it just kind of dissipates and you get the fat of cheese without the flavor of cheese. But it's really yummy, even to sprinkle it on dry, or sometimes with a meal in a jar. I'll put it like in a baggie attached to the outside or in a second jar, or you can just do like shredded cheese and sour cream after if you want. So
yep.
awesome. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're good. You're totally good. That actually concludes it for me. So, any
So,
questions about the 2 dishes I did? Let's see. Yes, it would be good over ramen. Absolutely, Kat. Absolutely. Or those momofuku noodles. Those are so good too. Yeah, see? We think alike.
So I just hydrated some of our potatoes in hot water. And then I'm gonna pour the curry over that, and it's gonna be my yummy dinner. But I don't have it looking pretty like Krista. They're still getting soft.
Awesome.
Anyone have questions about the packs, or our special offer for being a consultant, or the monthly specials, or our recipes?
Well, just so you know, next month we have one more pack to demo. We're going to do the skillet starter pack. So, yeah, so that'll be next month. So second Tuesday of the month, we're doing that.
I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure I'm here. Yes. Deborah asked how we get the packs. So we will send links out in the replay. So these questions, Cynthia, if you want to join with us, reach out to us, wherever you got the link from, and we'll get in touch with you. And same thing, if you guys want a shopping link with whoever invited you, just get with us, and we'll make sure you get connected with shopping. I love the packs. I've been buying them one each month since they came out. And I already have all this stuff, but I like having it in the little box. And I like small cans lately because everything is so humid here that my big cans are not my favorite. So, yes. Let us know if you have other questions and the recipes. So like if you buy the pack, like Krista was saying, they're not in the pack. I think they were going to do like a 1-page flyer, but I don't think they ever showed up in the packs that I've seen so far.
They do that by design because if they put the piece of paper in there, they have to charge tax at that point.
Yeah, because then it's not just food. And so states without a food tax get taxed on it. And people are like, why is there tax on my food?
Yeah.
So,
Which is why they went fully electric on those, because it's just easier for everyone.
but if you go to, I linked it at the very top, like the pack, here's the pack link for this one that we did. I'll post it one more time. And from there, you can see there's a link to the recipes, but we'll also send it out with our tweaks that we did for them today. And then the other packs are all there too. They're under like the variety pack section of the website. So the specials, like the ones that are, and the cheese was on sale this month too. That's why I wanted cheese on my taco soup or fajita soup. So those are there's like a monthly special section on the website under shop, and then there's also variety packs, and that's where you're going to see those starter packs. So if you're kind of new to cooking with food storage or Thrive, they're a really good way to get started.
Yep. They are.
Okay, Deborah, it's $40 for the consultant kit. And then you can add on like packs with it too. Like $100 food kit and a $200 food kit. There's also like a materials kit you can add. So there's add-ons, but $40 is the basic startup price, which is awesome. What business can you start for 40 bucks?
Right.
Okay. We'll be in touch, Deb. So I'm going to sign off, stop recording. Good night. Thanks everyone for being live.
Yes.
Thanks if you're watching the replay. We'll see you guys next month. It's going to be here before we know it.
Uh-huh.
You're going to need to cook outside. No, you're not going to want to cook outside, but I want
Nope.
to cook outside when it's June.
You can.
Cook on an electric stove outside. Okay. Well, have a wonderful evening. I'm going to go eat my curry because it's been tempting me all night.
Yep. Same goes for me.
Okay. Good night.